So hello, hope you guys all are fine and doing great. Hello to all blockchain developers, and this is Coding Depths and I'm Ibtasam, and this is going to be our fifth tutorial video on ERC20 token development. And in this video we are going to see like how we can add one more functionality, how we can extend our ERC20 token contract more. And in this video we are going to add one functionality, and it is about burnable contract, and like how we can import this burnable functionality. Burnable, it's very simple. Like, what is burning in Ethereum blockchain? Basically it is related to removing coins from the overall supply of a token. So how we can add this functionality into our ERC20 token contract, and again we are going to do with the help of Openzeppelin, because Openzeppelin, they have already created this contract for us. And here is the contract, ERC20 burnable.sol. So yeah, let me open my code editor. So this is like, yeah, so in the last I think in the last video we have created this minting function. We have successfully created some tokens, and the name of our token is like my token. And yeah, and also, like, in the past videos we inherited the ERC20 capped contract to basically to limit the mint supply, to limit the amount of tokens. So yeah, this is it, like we have done in the previous videos. And now, as I mentioned, like, we are going to add one more contract with the help of Openzeppelin, and the name of the contract is the ERC20 burnable.sol. But we have one problem in it, and let me show you what is the problem. So like, yeah, okay, so we already imported the ERC20 cap contract. You can see this is the contract name. And where is the ERC20 capped contract? No, it's not in the access, it's in the extensions. Yeah, so the problem is, like, we already imported the ERC20 capped contract, and this ERC20 capped contract already inherited or already imported the ERC20 contract. So now if we want to add the ERC20 burnable contract, this is the burnable contract. So you guys can see, like, in the ERC20 burnable contract, it is also inheriting the ERC20 contract. So this is the problem that I want to talk about. Like, we cannot import the two same contract twice, so we have to get rid of it. And how we can rid of this problem? It's a very simple solution. We just have to copy the functions from the ERC20 burnable contract and then paste it into our token contract. So like, this is the you can find this burnable contract in the extensions folder of the ERC20 contract. And if we can see this contract, there are only two functions in this contract. Like, in the ERC20 burnable contract, the first function is the burn function, and the second function is the burn from function. The burn from function is related to the allowance, which we will learn in the next upcoming lectures. But yeah, okay, so the problem, like, as I mentioned, the problem is we cannot import the same contract twice. So the very easy solution is, like, we just have to copy these two functions from the ERC20 burnable contract, and then we can paste this function into our contract. So this is the first function and this is the second function. I think we don't need to copy the second function, but let's just try this. Let's just paste this, and then we will obviously we are going to test our contract as well. So yeah, and now if we see, like, the first function, if we see the first function is, like, it's already, as I mentioned, like, this contract is already imported the ERC20 contract. And then ERC20 contract, like, in the ERC20 contract there should be a function of underscore burn. So let's see, where is the ERC20 contract? So yeah, here is the ERC20 contract, and if we can find this function underscore burn. So yeah, this is the underscore burn function, which is like, yeah, obviously the complexity is little bit higher, because here if we can see, like, the complexity is 0, I think I can say, because the same in the case of minting function. We have created this minting function, and then we just call the underscore mint function from the ERC20 contract. So the same is here. The burn function, this burn function is already written in the burnable contract, and then this burnable contract is calling the underscore burn function from the ERC20 contract. So in the ERC20 contract, here is the burn function, and this burn function already, obviously the complexity is little bit higher. We have to look this function, like it's up to you guys. It's already, I think if you know solidity, then you guys can understand the how this function is going to work. This is going to, you know, decrease the total supply, and then obviously it will check the authentication, then it will call the before token transfer function, and then it will check the balance of the burnable address, the one who is going to burn the tokens. And yeah, obviously the balance should be greater than the amount of the burn. And yeah, this is just an event, and then we have to call this after token transfer. So yeah, we have successfully, you know, copy the contract. Again, the main issue was like we cannot import the ERC20 contract twice. So what we have did, we just copy the first function, and then we just copy the second function and paste it into our contract. And now I'm going to save our file, and yeah, and let's open, because now we are going to test this functionality. And let me open the Truffle develop. So yeah, this is our Truffle develop console, and let me just create a new instance of our contract. And now I'm going to create the variable cc. You guys can you guys can choose any name for your variable, and cc is equal to await. And what is the contract name? My token T is capital, and this is I'm going to create my instance of the contract. So yeah, this I have successfully created the instance of our contract. And now if we want to test this burn functionality, obviously we have to mint some tokens. We have to create some tokens, and then we can test this burn functionality. And how we can mint some tokens? It's very easy. We have to call the contract instance, which is saved in the cc variable, and then we have to call this minting function. Okay, and then we have to pass the two arguments. The first one is the address, because this minting function is calling two arguments. The first one is the address of the receiver, and then the amount. And I am going to call the first address, and then let's just create 1000 tokens. Okay, and yeah, yes, we have successfully run our minting function. And now let's just check the balance of the first address. So again, I'm going to call the first I'm going to call the cc, means again the contract instance, and then I'm going to call the first cc dot accounts. No, how to check the balance? We have to call the balance function, balance of function, because let me show you guys where is the balance of function in the ERC20 contract. Allowance transfer total. Yeah, here is the balance of function. So we have to call this balance of function to check the balance of any address, and we have to pass the address as well. Okay, cc dot balance of accounts of 0. I think there is an error. What let me cc dot balance of accounts of 0. What is the error? I think let's just balance of, and then obviously I have to pass the address. What error I'm getting? Let's just check the error. Requesting data from a block number that does not exist, or query. I haven't deployed the contract. Okay, I think yes, let's just deploy the contract. Migrate minus reset. Yeah. So we have to deploy the contract first. I just skipped the deployed part, and now we have successfully deployed it. And now I'm going to create the instance of our contract, because again, if we haven't deployed the contract, because we have created these two functions. So we have to deploy this contract on the Truffle blockchain, and then we can test it. So again, we have to do it from the first step. The first step is to, after deploying our contract, the first step is to create the instance. And to create the instance, now I'm going to use another variable, which is VV. You guys can choose any variable name. So again, my token dot deployed. Okay, so this can happen with you guys as well, because every time you guys can, you know, change the file, then you have to deploy the contract, because otherwise it will check the previous contract in the Truffle blockchain. So let VV await my token dot deployed. Let's just call the VV, and now we have to create mint the functions. And to mint function, we have to call this minting function basically, and then we have to pass the two arguments. The first argument is the address, and the second argument is like how much you want to mint. So let's just mint 1000 way. So yeah, vv.minting, we have successfully mint the 1000 way. And now let's just check the balance. So vv.balance of, and then accounts of 0. Yeah, so now you guys can see like I have 1000 way, and now I'm going to burn some amount of tokens. And to burn the tokens, we have to call this function, burn function. And let's just call this function. The function name is burn, and then in the burn function, we have to, in the burn argument, we have to pass the amount. So let's just burn 500 tokens. Okay, yeah, and vv.burn. So I think it's fine. The function successfully runs, and now let's just check the balance again. So now you guys can, you know, verify. Before it was 1000 way, and now after burning the function, after burning the tokens, now we have got 500 tokens left. So this is how you guys can add the burning functionality into your ERC20 token contract. So let's just, you know, delete this burn from function, because this is related to allowance. The burn from function, the transfer from function, both these functions are related to allowance, and we are going to learn these two features in the upcoming videos. And one more thing, let me like, we can also, you know, add, because right now anyone can burn the tokens. So what we can do, like, we can add the only owner modifier. And how we can add this, like, because we have already inherited or the imported the ownable contract. And where is the ownable contract? I think it's in the access folder. Yeah, so in the access folder, like in the ownable contract, we have this modifier only owner. So we just, you know, copy this, and we can place it here. And now only the owner can burn the token. So this is also we can do, you guys can do that. And yeah, this is it from this video. And in the upcoming video, we are going to extend our ERC20 contract. We are going to learn more features, and after the ERC20 token development, I'm going to start the development of decentralized exchange, just like PancakeSwap, Uniswap, OneInchSwap. So yeah, these videos are basically for the ERC20 token development, and the next series is for decentralized exchanges. So yeah, this is it from videos. Hope you guys have a nice weekend, and yeah, this is it. Bye bye guys.